So it has been a while since I actually have done a reading. It's a reading on Nikki and whatnot. So let's just do one that might shake up the tables a little bit. Again, since it's about her marriage, and since I just want to check in and see what is going on there and what is happening and what's just fucking popping. So now Nikki is on tour. It sounds like her energy is a little bit off when she's on stage. She looks a little bit tense, or like she looks like she is having an attitude. And it sounds like her outfits are not, the coolest, but most of the times she is looking gorgeous. She's looking, just looking beautiful and just eating down. At times it's just like, what is happening? What's went, what went wrong? Or what's just taking place? So yeah. As I said, like at times her energy is off when she is on stage or when she is performing, and like the whole performance is a little tense, or she just looks worried or like worked up, or like there's something going on in her head. At times she gets super and extra emotional, and at times she gives like a lot of speeches about how forgive me, how toxic love isn't the solution, and how toxic love is an obsession, and how we just settle for less because the person doesn't know their self-worth and whatnot, and how you just need to do your own motherfucking thing, and even said to people like stop being a whore, and just settle and everything until the right man comes over. Which is, like a right message, but like wrong messenger. Even if she's speaking from experience, I don't care, But of course, she words it out and she says it, and of course we take what's resonating and we just go with it, and she preaches. Most of the time, like her speeches used to be so inspiring, so inspirational and whatnot, and now it's like falling on deaf ears because look at you. You're not like you need the mirror. Look at you. Look at what you're doing. Look at how you're letting him affect everything. Even if he's providing you with protection and everything, but look at what you're allowing yourself to deal with just because. Just because you're stubborn. See, exactly. Just because you're stubborn, just because you like that. And at times it's funny because I have an account where I just post my edits and stuff like that, and then I have an account where it's my private one, where I just can talk freely and see shit freely. And each time, like the fans, the woke fans, of course, aside from the stands, the woke fans who see or pick up on something being wrong, and on something just bothering her, and how everything just doesn't look the same, or she just looks like she is on the verge of getting out of their relationship or that marriage or whatever. There she goes again, posted up with him, kind of like shutting down those rumors, which shows that she be lurking on her phone all the time. And it just shows like how chronically online at times like she can be. Which is, it sounds like understandable. At the same time, take a breather, take a rest, take some rest. Don't do that. And like, why do you try to shut those rumors down so bad? Beyonce all day long gets all those rumors going on. She swiftly shuts them down, but not all damn day long. Not all the time. But then again, like when you make comparisons like this and shit, everybody gets so fucking triggered because Beyonce's Beyonce and Nicki's Nicki, and even Nicki says so. I know Beyonce and Daddy ain't no dishonor and stuff like that. It's hectic around the house a little bit, so don't mind the background noise. I'll try to minimize it while editing the video. So yeah, let's see what is going on in Nicki Minaj's marriage. So, can we please get some cards on Nicki Minaj's marriage? It's funny because like as I've been talking and everything, like as I kept shuffling, the Tower card always comes up. I'm like, let me shuffle again, and it comes up, but it doesn't get out. But the first card that is out is the Ten of Swords. I'm hearing like somebody ain't too happy in the marriage. There is a lot going on, a lot of weight on the shoulders, a lot of just endings and cycles. And of course, that is her energy. The Nine of Pentacles reverse, obsessed with work, touring. Yeah, if I'd say that, like touring and her working a little too much, Okay, so her working a little too much and her just, kind of like putting her career first and everything is kind of creating also a dent in the relationship, even if he is around her and stuff. But I always said this in the readings. I've always said this multiple times and in multiple ways. All right, I've said two important things. As I always say, that always keep repeating is how Nikki is the type of woman who is stubborn enough and who is too stubborn and too damn prideful that if you tell her to do something and she was about to do what she's not going to, and she's gonna stop actually doing so just because somebody told her that. It's like bring back all that for example, bring back all that harajuku fashion. Even if she was playing that, she would go on wearing something else. She would go on doing something else just because somebody told her that. It's like you worship her, you talk to her, you kiss ass, or your ass is out there. Like there is no in between. And again, something else that I've said about their whole dynamic and their whole relationship altogether is how he is strongly affecting her career, her money, and her choices and her deals. I don't care what nobody else says, but everybody who is smart enough and woke enough can see right through that shit. But she is prideful enough and stubborn enough to hide that and still stands beside him. Like that's my man, I'ma stand beside him. And she represents that a lot because he is her protector and because he he provides. He's like, I can clearly hear her saying in my head, like, he warms her back, as in, like, he got her back and he protects her. When people were just turning against her and trying to monitor her and just, like, have her like a doll, just doing whatever it is, he was there standing up for her and helping her out. But now he is the one monitoring what she does, whether be it unconsciously or on purpose. He is there affecting her choices. He is there and not he's kind of holding her back. He is holding her back and he's making her kind of like hold in her reins and not really just going fully out there and being fully out there, He's not yeah, like I can clearly feel that and that's his energy. Okay, his like the emperor. See, yeah, he's the one holding her down in multiple ways, in multiple meanings, like protecting her and everything, but at the same time just burdening her a lot. And it sounds like it gets so unbearable that it's just like I need my space. And everything else that she sang about in the Let Me Calm Down song, that is the times why she be singing that song with so much soul because she feels that shit in her bones and in her soul. Like she needs her space down. And the thing is, like, she is going to still be there with him. She's going to still be there with him, and she's going to still, like, keep that shit a secret because she doesn't want people to be all up in her business and, having like an I told you so moment. And even if she would like get a divorce or like, she would take up all those court orders and all that shit, she would do that in complete secrecy. Just because she doesn't want to let people all up in her business and just for them to have like an I got you moment. I got you moments, I told you so. And she's trying to, still kind of balance her life out, being a mother and also touring and, like trying her best to bring some balance into the situation and trying to do so as well. There's a lot of like restlessness and like lots of unfocused energy. As I said, her working and her just being on her 10 toes and just like doing her job that is something that she was passionate about and finally doing something good for herself and just being out there and being more comfortable and everything kind of is clashing here with the shit that he built with her. It's like the shit that he made her do or like he made her build, like their family and everything, like the shit that he believes in. It's kind of like his beliefs. It's like she would follow him, like an alpha dynamic type of thing. She would follow him like he's the Alpha, she's the Luna. Just like the a whole just dynasty type of thing where he is coming first in her book. It's like all that talk and all the stuff that she is preaching, yet she is not applying it herself. And she knows that, and that is something that is frustrating her as well. There is a lot of conflict. It is a very mentally draining and mentally conflicting relationship. Like even I, when I like was just talking like a minute ago, like you could feel how my tongue got heavy, and I was saying like balance, like in a weird way. And that is something here too, because she does not speak up. She does not speak up about what the fuck is bothering her. Nikki is a very outspoken woman, but you know when it comes to a relationship, she stands still or like she stands down. And like I could see her like fisting her hand and like taking the heat, but she's not saying shit about it. About like see that's what the fuck I'm talking about. She's not saying shit about it. Or like when she's gonna be asked, she's gonna deflect. She's gonna deflect, and she's going to deflect, and she's going to grasp at any fucking given opportunity to make it look like it's dandy, it's perfect. Just living a delusion, just living a delusional thing, because it ain't as good and as peachy as she's making it look like, and as she's trying to make it sound. Because what are you trying to do all this shit for? You're trying to do all this convincing, like, or oh, she got tongue tied a lot too. You're trying to do all this convincing for us or for you. That's her energy. Lots of imbalance here too. Lots of petty arguments and fights and like backs and forths. Once there is a camera on them and stuff, that is one of the times. That is one. That's one of the times where everything is kind of looking perfect. Everything is kind of looking cool and shit. Because at times like he's a very closed off man. At times like he doesn't really emotionally. Like he is outspoken. He says what he want to say, but at the same time, um, him just not meeting her at the same spots, or like not meeting the standards that she be setting up for herself, is kind of making her worry at times and wary as well. Like she would just she would just like bitch about it or just like lash out about it and just feel like man, talking and doing all this, like all this back and forth and all these arguments and these agreements and shit. Yes, you're still here, like that energy, all this and everything, but you're not leaving. You're not leaving. There is still that attraction there and shit, but there is a lot of disagreements and lots of tension and awkwardness. It's like that phase that every relationship goes through, and you just discover your partner in a whole other light. And what she is discovering now is kind of making her really like reconsider everything. Like, very possessive, trying to always like asserts how he's in control. Even if he pushes her forward and like lets her speak, but at the same time there's always like something else in the mix. And that is making her feel like, what is your motive? Like doubtful. It's making her feel doubtful a little bit. And you're just making a lot of tension arise in the house. Tension at home, or like communication is kind of just weird and off. And it's kind of funny because like they're both vocal about shit, but like when it comes to the actual issues that are literally right there in front of them, they're not saying much about it. You know. Let's see, what else can we get on their marriage? Like they're not saying much about, like they keep beating around the bush. We're perfect and everything. One of their thing is, like fucking their shit out of one another, like fucking the issues out. Even talking everything, they just make it physical, as in like sexual and shit like that. And at times, it doesn't need that. It just needs proper conversation. I don't want to say that she is emotionally like checked out, but it's like it's so different for her now. It's different for her, as in like all those memories and all those things and all that talk and like all the shit that we've been doing and this we've been saying together and everything, only for that to just make her feel like, or make her look like damn, look back at it like what is going on, what am I doing wrong, or like where is this going wrong. do I need to walk away from this for good or like for real, or do I need to still fight for it? And the funny thing is, like, no matter how she realizes that, he's a ladies' man. I'm sorry, but like, there's the energy of him just like having a wandering eye. Like every single time I do a reading on them, I say that, but it's like my ass on the line whenever I say that. Sorry, whenever I say that, I'm the one getting cussed out as if like I'm the one humping him or like fucking him. It's not me. It's not me. It's him. Same way fucking other people that he is not supposed to be fucking. He's not supposed to be even looking at. From the past. Yeah, it's from the past. There is a crowd always. From the past, somebody he should not be even like in contact with like that. I don't want to say his ex, but it definitely does look like that. Especially someone who wears red a lot or like has red in their name. I don't know. I'm hearing like Redbone. I think that is her name. I don't know, but who yeah. There's always that heavy energy when it comes to him, and there's always that sneaky energy. Like he's always trying to like. That's the thing though. It's like he cleans up his act, but one time he's not going to like even if he's going to try to get it together before like he gets caught, he's going to slip up, and the shit that he be doing or like the stuff that he used to be doing is going to catch up to him, and all the hard work and all that shit that he was trying to secure with Nikki gonna fly out of the window. It's going to be such a motherfucking surprise, because they're already like going through it. I want to ask, like, does she doubt something? That's the thing about Nikki. Like, even if she doubts something, even if like she would get signs, because I feel like she is getting signs like through her dreams mostly. And it sounds like she really does get high a lot to sedate her, to sedate her mind and sedate her thoughts and feelings. But once a motherfucker's contract is up with you, it's up, and that is what is going to happen soon. As I said, I said this in my account actually, but like on my Twitter account actually, but like not on here. Um, I said I'm giving it like maximum till 2027, and this is gonna be wrapped up. But 2025, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna take place. Rather, be it the divorce or something that's initiate the divorce or like the contract. Because I keep seeing like accords and contracts and shit, and it's something that is going to be very interesting to witness or to like see, because it's going to take their life up by storm and to take over like the internet or like social media a lot. Even if she would try to just hold this information in and hold on to it for the longest. But once something is just bound to be known, it's bound to be known. It's going to be like a loss of heartbreak for her and for them as a whole. That's crazy. Like lots of shit is coming through, so I'm trying to like say everything all at once before I forget. It's going to, like cause a lot of sadness and deep pain and sorrow because like sorry, I trusted you and you still did me wrong and still did me worse. And still did me worse than whoever else like she confided to him about. Like you did me worse than you pierced through my heart. You pierced through my heart and through my soul, sorry. I've given you a piece of me. You've given me a piece of you. We made a beautiful human being together, a beautiful child together, and you still did me wrong. It's kind of like like those heart lockets, necklaces, thingies, and like that's what I'm seeing, like a heart necklace, like a heart locket thing in the necklace. You open it and you see like a lot of deep sadness and deep sorrow. It's like I confided in you and I did everything. I even sabotaged my work, sabotaged myself, like stopped my own bag and was with you and stood by you, and this is how I got rewarded. This is how I get like treated back. It's something that's going to make her really look deep within her. It's going to like really make her ass catch fire just with herself. Like once there is like there's always this nasty breakup that somebody has to go through, or like a nasty divorce that somebody has to go through in order for them to get their shit together, in order for them to get really serious about shit. and like to really focus on themselves and really just like do detox and do some deep soul searching in order for her to fall in love with herself again. She's going to really try, like, after that, she's going to really protect her heart. She's really going to manifest a better life for her. Even though I keep saying that it would be like a nasty divorce, but like, it really is just like she gotta, it's something that's gonna have to end, eventually, because it's like no matter how hard you try to hide those ugly scars or like everything that is going on, it just always comes up to the surface. No matter how long you try to hide a secret, you try to hide a body or something of that sort, like it always comes up because it just needs to be known in order for her to learn other lessons and in order for her to really find herself again, because as of now, she's just really moving around with a recklessness to her and with like a restless unfocused energy to her that it just feels foreign to some of those like spiritual people, or just like some people who are really like in tune with her or can see through her or just really are concerned about her. But when somebody says that, they just really like look at it as if like you're projecting or saying this and everything, but they don't see, like they don't like they don't pick up on those details and don't really see what is taking place. But once that happens, as I said, she's gonna stand up for herself and she's gonna finally say that she has enough, and she's going to try to really kind of like recollect all the coins she had lost. She's going to lose some money though. Lots of secrets, gonna blame herself a little bit, more opportunities, more instability, trying to work. That's one thing I wanted to say also. Trying to work out the courage to just really like fall in love like with other tunes, because for so long now she has been dancing on his tunes. She is seeing the world through his eyes, or like just because at times when we get with someone, like our personalities kind of like infuse together. Like they become one, and she has mixed everything up so much that there's just like like collided. They have just collided, and you can differentiate the real Nikki, like the real Onika as she calls it, because apparently the real Onika is the actual one who is with him. And in a way, it is true because the real Onika is having lots of deep trauma, lots of unhealed wounds, lots of childhood trauma, lots of issues, and he does a lot of like triggering. He triggers a lot of that, but she is too, I don't want to say self-absorbed, but like she's too consumed by everything else around her because she picks up on all that shit that she doesn't decipher everything that she's been preaching about, like she's been rapping about her whole life. Like what's happened to that? In a way, the real her is with him, but like the real actual wildness in her and everything else that is within her and that was within her isn't all up in the surface again or anymore. And as I was gonna say, dealing with him blocked her creativity. And when she's going to detach herself and when she's going to really see shit through and really like release all those burdens and all this shit that she's been holding on to, she's finally going to find the courage to really make the music that she is going to fall in love with again. And the music that is going to come from her heart and from all that deep sadness, like the Pink Print, Nicki, and everything. Because I keep like hearing that. There's going to be like lots of mourning, lots of regretful energy. Like I wasted so much time. I wasted so much of my emotions. Regrets over all this toxicity and all those cycles that she made herself go through, just because it's alluring, just because it's sexy, just because it feels like reckless and it feels dangerous. And it is totally okay to be attracted to danger and to be attracted to toxicity. But what's not okay is to really just keep yourself locked up in there and not seeing your full potential just because it feels familiar, you know? To just live all up in there in disappointment and no proper emotional fulfillment and connection just because it feels normal and just because it's something that you're used to. See, like lots of insecurities, not being able to move forward. Lots of insecurities, just feeling left out in the cold, just like stagnant. Um, what the waters are rippled and crippled, and just really like you just stuck there, like all of that shit, and you're not moving forward. You're not making that progress. Sorry, you're not making that progress, no matter how hard you try. A lot of instability. It's like, 1 minute you're here and it's good and everything, and the next minute it's gone. And it's like the highs and lows, being addicted to all those highs and lows. And it's very sad. But once, as I said, once she's going to be able to close out all those circles and really see shit for what it truly is, she's going to take her strength back, and she's really going to find. I've been saying this even before I started actually like posting tarot on here, but like I've been saying that like she's gonna have one marriage and one divorce in her before she actually like can find the person that she can be with afterwards. Because as it is, there's going to be someone who is going to court her, going to try to repair that shit. It's gonna take a while, a whole lot of whiles actually before it can even get somewhere, because as I said, it could be like a nasty breakup or something. She could find love after finding a loss, and a loss of indecision and just lots of missed opportunities. But as I said, once she's going to close out this, that's crazy because I wanted to check in like on the general energy, or sorry, the general energy, and what is really going on in her marriage, which we got. But like all I keep getting is like what is going to happen within a year from here until like next year, or like what's going to happen next year, or just really like what is going to happen once the time is up for their marriage, which is like gonna be a little bit soon. But not everybody should like really be aware of that. But there is a lot of conflicts and lots of negativity in there, even if there is love. But sometimes love isn't enough. And I'm hearing the one song, "Can't Raise a Man." Can't raise a man. But once she's going to get rid of that man, and once she's going to do all that, she's going to be pregnant. Yeah, she's going to be pregnant with a lot of other ideas and lots of other growth. Um, I do have this question though. I'm trying to see because I also said once that she's going to, yeah, she might get pregnant again, and she would have like a baby girl, a daughter. Um, but as I said, we have a time frame. An unexpected pregnancy or just like surprise. I said that. But we're going to see actually what happens with that one. But the moment that she's going to realize how this isn't serving her anymore, and she, like she's having enough, and she can't do that again or anymore, and she can't just be as patient, because the goal of the patient reside like obeying, sorry, obeying wife who is just doing everything that she can for a man that isn't going to have enough, just because he is used to always wanting more and getting more, and who is toxic. I mean, both of them are toxic. But when she's going to realize her true power and really what is going on there, and what is she's supposed to be getting instead of what she is settling for, it's going to be a rep for him, because I'm here like it's a rep for you, baby. I think it's a Mariah Carey song, no? I don't know, but I heard that Mariah Carey song. I heard "Can't Raise a Man" and "Me, Myself, and I" by Beyonce. She's going to be all about empowerment. I see a book being written, or like other speeches and whatnot, but she's going to be all about empowering herself and really kind of like finding herself again. But until then, she's still going to be in this stale energy, and this energy that is carrying lots of heavy weights and burdens and restlessness when it comes to her marriage, and just like a lots of arguments and backs and forths, and refusing to see what she really needs to see. And like that's the thing, like she chooses what she wants to see when it comes to her marriage and connection. And you can't really fault her, because we've all been there, and we can't just like judge her too harshly, because it takes several ways and several steps, whether be it forward or back, in order for a person to see the truth for what it truly is. It just all depends on the person and their behaviors and their ways. So yeah, this is a an updated reading on Nicki Minaj and her marriage. And I don't know when I'm gonna post it, but hopefully soon. And this is one of the first readings that I have done in a while. So let's see how this goes.